Hello guys and welcome. I have got an amazing car to show you today. The story about getting the car and what happened with the Peugeot is in this week's weekly update, which you can find below here. Because I'm not going to explain that or the nightmare of getting this car, but it was an absolute nightmare. Now you see me today with my hair needing a frickin' cut, in my works clothes or part of my works clothes, looking dreadful, but it's not about me today or how I look, but just bear in mind I'm looking dreadful. And why I'm saying this is because also this car I've just bought, it's not perfect, it was very cheap, so it's messy now, but it's a work in progress. Now I spent £1,900 on this amazing rare import, not rare, fairly uncommon, I would say it's rare I guess, imported Honda. A lot of you guys were trying to guess, but no one kind of got what it was. So I'm going to reveal to you today what I've bought, and it's the first actual JDM car I've owned, and it's probably going to be something that one day is going to give me a good return money wise as well. So I'm just going to tell you a few stats before I show you. So the car is on literally 67,000 miles and it's 2005, so that is superbly low miles. The car has been imported for around 3 or 4 years now, and everything is still in Japanese, everything's still in kilometers, and some of the stuff still doesn't work. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to hold you here anymore. I'm going to reveal the car, we're going to talk about why I bought it, we're going to have a little walk around it, we're going to talk a little bit about some mods that I'm going to be doing initially or fairly soon. I'm also going to tell you very quickly some of the things that aren't right with it, but altogether, let's not be too judgmental on the car I've got, because I have only just bought it. And £1,900, you're going to say at the end of this video, was an absolute steal, because of the value of these cars is normally £4,000 up. If I just said quickly, I've searched online for an equivalent model of this, maybe in slightly better condition, but the same sort of mileage, same sort of spec, and we're talking 6-7k. So this was a steal, and actually it's mechanically and structurally, rust, etc., perfect. And I'm not even joking, it is a really excellent car. So now I'm going to stop talking, otherwise you're going to get bored. I'm going to flip you around and you're going to see this amazing Japanese vehicle. And here it is, guys. It looks much better on camera than it does in person. This is my man van, granddad car, family wagon, even though I have no kids, but it's something amazing. This is a 2005 Honda Odyssey, and I'm going to run you around it now to have a little look at it. Alright guys, you know I'm a sucker for buying obscure, very weird vehicles, but I think you guys are going to rate this one. So this is an RB3, and it is a L. There was a couple of different lettered editions with different letters, and then there was the Absolute, which was the highest spec. Now, for the money I paid for it, I wasn't going to get an Absolute, let's be real. But this is the K24 2.4 with the CVT box, not the other gearbox, which I guess is slightly more performance orientated, but it fits this car superbly. Now, the engine itself, lovely, it is mint and crisp. It does hit VTEC in the manual shifting modes, it's awesome. And with that as well, the gearbox itself, the CVT system, is really functional, and it has an economy mode, which actually is amazing. So this car is going to get around 500 miles a tank, and the tank's about £85 at current prices. So, you know, we're talking up in the 30s MPG I averaged last night on the 4.5 hour journey back. So actually it's really unbelievably good on fuel. I've driven it around Bristol today, again in eco mode, and the fuel gauges hasn't even moved. It is unbelievably good for I think they're about 1.6 ton car. It's unbelievable. Automatics are normally known for draining fuel, but the CVT on this car actually is really amazing, super smooth, and it's just so comfortable to drive. So yeah, we're going to walk around it a minute and then we'll get closer. So as we can tell, it's not an Absolute, it's missing a few of the body kits and the bits that the Absolute has. But do you know what, I've just cleaned it. This is all I've done since I bought it, is cleaned it. And do you know what, it's alright. Now, unfortunately, because it's not the Absolute, it's the second spec below, I think, this one is. This does come with cream interior, which some people won't like. It's very old-fashioned. But do you know what? It's very clean. I do need to get some decent mats in here, but it's super clean. This is obviously 7 seats if you didn't know, so there we go. Awesome stuff. Now we'll do a sort of video about all the special features of this car at some point, because there's loads, but it's a proper grandad sort of family whip. Not really something someone like me would be driving, but here we are. I love it. So yeah, it's not the best colour combination, it's not the best spec, but for the money I paid, £1,900, it's absolutely awesome. Now while we're in the interior, I'm going to quickly run through with you the things that need to be sorted, electrically, mechanically, bodily, and then we'll finish off with some mods and plans about the vehicle, and I'll leave it as that. I want it just to be a plain simple reveal. We'll do a nice in-depth video about this car very soon, because it is very, very cool. So the issue we have inside here is that the radio, well, when I bought it, the screen didn't work, and now all of a sudden it just doesn't work today since last night, so I've got to check a fuse and work out what that is. The aim is to sort of wire in an aftermarket system, which I've sort of got all here wired in, so I can play audio through the speakers, because this is all in Japanese and mumble jumble. If I can't do that, I'll have to get an aftermarket head unit, but it depends. If this thing's fried, then I'm going to have to, but I'm just going to see whether it's a fuse and work out what's going on with this for the moment. So I've got no audio, not really ideal, but it is what it is. I can't expect perfection for the money I paid for, so the radio does need sorting, but everything else in here is all functional and works. Nothing's broken, there's not uneven wear on the seats or on the door cards, it's alright, so it's pretty much perfect inside. So we do have a weird issue, which I don't understand. So it's on 350 wheels, which actually, come on, suit it in my opinion. Anyway, so this appears to be stock ride height on the front here. Now I will admit it's a slightly narrower tyre, but that shouldn't make real much of a difference really. And do you know what? These are perfect. The fitment is bang on. When this is going to be lowered, inevitably, that is perfect. The fitment is literally what you want, so that's fine. But the rear is really weird, because it's basically sat literally like it's on coilovers. I mean, look, I can't even get my finger in there. So I've looked at the struts, doesn't seem to be anything leaking, or the springs are snapped, because it's obviously it's the same both sides, but for some reason it's literally sat on the tyre. Now I'm going to have to get this sorted, because I can't put any weight in the car at the moment, because it's literally scrubbing, and as we can see, might not be able to see, it's literally, look, it's really bad. So I don't really know what's going on with this. It's not really ideal. So I would imagine it is either lowering springs, but maybe unlikely, because why would you just lower the back? But I would imagine potentially the shocks are dead, because it is very firm on the back here. When you go over, but I mean, it's very firm, like bouncing me out my seat. So I'd imagine both the shocks are dead, but it doesn't matter, because coilovers are coming anyway. But yeah, I do need to sort that out, because actually, do you know what? The fitment's actually really nice on the back here. This is going to be an issue, so I'm going to have to do some cutting, or I'm going to have to change the tyre size or something. That's got to be done fairly sharpish, because it's sort of a problem at the moment. But there we go, the front is sort of stock height, so at the moment it sort of looks a bit weird, and it actually rather annoys me. I hate having like an uneven arch, but I've just bought it, so I can't expect a lot. But that is a problem, because I can't really carry anyone in it at the moment because of that. So I need to sort that. Now the wheels themselves, perfect, all balanced, no buckles, they're mint, and I think I'll do a colour change on them, but they're definitely going to stay on there for now. I can't fault that at all. Now the only other part of the car I'd say is a bit of a letdown, but again, it's age related, of course, is the front. Now the front bonnet, sorry, in fact, is the worst of it. I don't really know what's happened to it. It's almost like they've tried to sort of scuff out whatever, I don't know whether it's been some sort of acidic material's gone or what, but this bonnet is toast. I mean, itself is fine, but the paint's toast. So I'm going to do something with that front bumper, I think, or bonnet and bumper actually. In fact, I think I'm going to do something, maybe a black bonnet, I don't know, who knows, but that's going to need sorting. The front bumper itself, just very chipstoned. The fog light smashed on that side, so I'm going to have to get a replacement, which is going to cost me very dearly. And this side has got a bit of a bump. But you know, we're picking faults here in a car that is very old, and actually the rest of the car is actually all right. Now as we go around the car, there's a few marks and bits that I've got to get looking at, but that's what I'll start doing as time goes on anyway. But it's actually really clean. Now the only other thing I have noticed, which I am literally going to be sorting out tomorrow, is for some reason he's obviously been hitting VTEC so hard that the door's been trying to take itself off. That's literally, look, I don't know what's going on there. That is very funky, isn't it? So this crease is probably, we're going to struggle with this. There's always going to be sort of a dent here, but we are going to be looking at trying to push this back in tomorrow. Rather annoying, that. Rather weird. It's a weird sort of thing to happen. But yeah, as we walk around the back, everything's sound. The car is actually really decent. Well, you know, we'll do a video underneath at some point, and I will need to underseal it for the winter, but yeah, it's alright. It really isn't bad at all. I mean, it just looks amazing. That fitment at the back is just amazing. But yeah, that is the car. And you know what? Oh, I forgot to mention one thing actually. But I finished what I was going to say. I finished the video. These are, if you didn't know, which is quite cool, these are auto leveling and directional headlights. Xenons, I think they are. They look that way anyway. So the system is called ASF. The system somewhere has got a fault, because when I turn it on, I've got an ASF going like this on the dash, flashing. It's looming annoying, especially at night. And the lights are basically sat facing down at the road, which is rather frustrating. So at the moment I haven't got very good lights at night, which is slightly dangerous. Full beams are fine obviously because they're fixed in a situated position, but that's rather annoying. And I don't know what that's going to be. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of things I've got to check on that until I find out what it is. Be one of the sensors or who knows, but I have got to get that sorted because it's just rather annoying. It's also quite dangerous. But actually that is everything on the car said and done. So I do love this JDM grille. I actually love it. That is going to be changed a different colour as well. I just think it looks really nice on the front here. And just to sort of finish off the video as it is now, we're going to talk about a few mods. So first of all, we're going to be getting coilovers at some point soon. We're going to be getting that fitment right. But we're going to have a change of colour on the wheels, potentially change the wheels down the line, but they're absolutely perfect for now. A general tidy up around the car would be great as well. Brake calipers, all that sort of thing. Sorting out the wing mirrors, are a bit fly and stone chip ridden. And it will just be some general maintenance bits as well that'll be done. I can also tell you that we are going to be getting some sort of quad exit in the future, although I've got to prioritise other things on the car rather than making it noisy. As much as I want to hear that 2.4, it's not really that important in the grand scheme of things at the moment. But it's just going to be a comfortable cruiser. I will slam it pretty hard. Again, I need to sort out the tyre and fitment issues, and obviously get coilovers in due course as well to sort of make this all work. But what you're going to see is a sick slammed Odyssey, man. It's going to be great. We're going to get a nice Mugen lip on the back, and there will be some more other bits going on there, but that's the plan. Just a comfortable cruiser, and I'm just going to say I'm hopeful that I'll keep it for more than freaking 3 months, as long as it's somewhat reliable, which it has proved to be very incredible so far, and I think it won't really let me down. It's a reliable brand and a very reliable engine, and actually the CVT system is probably its downfall, but even still, I don't see I'm going to have any issues as long as I maintain the oil and look after it. I really can't see many issues with it. You know, it's practically rust free. As long as I underseal it for the winter, you know, I'm in a good place with it. So that is my 2005 Import Odyssey, and dare I say, try and find one for less than £1,900 in this actually okay condition. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I think we're going to have a lot coming for this series. I'm really keen to show you this car. It's very special. It's got some really cool features, and I think it's really going to be an amazing car to take to events. I'm super excited for it. So thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Do you rate those 350 wheels? Do you want them gone? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time when I start the modifications on it. So that is indeed a very big welcome to my new series, which I haven't named yet. Project Odyssey, let's call it that. Let's be simple, let's be plain, let's be straight to the point. So welcome to Project Odyssey.